Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. I feel like it's been forever since I picked up the camera. Pretty much has been. It's almost been 2 months. Today's like the 8th or the 9th of January. Last track day I had was November 15th or 14th. So the car's just pretty much been sitting since then. Pretty much only turned it around in the garage. But other than that, I've just kind of been doing stuff around the house, trying to figure out what I want to do to the car for this upcoming race season. I don't know, just switch some things up. You know, it's always an evolving project. Trying to figure out whether I want to add more power, just stick with the B20. I mean, it runs pretty good. I'm sure there's time left in it and I could become a better driver, because last time we got to the track I did my best time ever and everything was pretty much the same on the car as it was when I ran my previous best. So I don't know exactly what I want to do to the car motor wise, but right now today we're going to end up taking some weight off the car. So I'll show you what I picked up. So I picked up this FCS RACE fuel cell. It's a 5-gallon, real little guy. Like, here's the size comparison to a deep 10mm socket. Super small. So this is supposed to save a bunch of weight. So I picked this up secondhand. That's why it looks a little crusty. But I did send this back out to FCS RACE to make sure everything was good. There wasn't any holes. I got them to add the sender unit into it so I could know how much fuel we have. The person I bought it from gave me the straps, which are aluminum. I'm not 100% sure if these are even going to work, because he had an EG Coupe drag car, but we'll see. And then I also picked up the fuel filler from FCS. So basically, I'm probably going to back the car up a little bit because the front's a little bit close to the garage door, and then jack everything all up, and then I guess start trying to figure out how to get this stock tank off. Like I said, I haven't touched this car in so long. The top of it's just becoming like a toolbox for like tools that I pull out for everyday projects. But hopefully get all this stuff cleaned up. Like, even the hood's got stuff on it, light switch covers and stuff. The homeowner stuff is definitely taking over, I feel like. Here's a sweet poster my friend got me for Christmas. I gotta hang that up still. But like I said, I'm gonna back the car up a little bit and then get it up on jack stands, and then we'll pick up the video from there. I have the car jacked up. It's pretty high, so I had to pull the wing off. That way this clears the ceiling or whatever. If I don't jack it up this high, it usually is fine, but I don't know, we may be doing something to the wing later. But I got a drill. I have to take off this cover here and that one there. That one's the fuel pump. This one is the level sensor. So I'm gonna climb in the trunk, loosen this. I'll show you it once I get in there. So we got both connections undone. This one's just like a 3-pin connector, you know, just push down and pull out. You have a 2-pin connector here, which is going to be the power for the fuel pump. Return line, it just has one of those squeeze clamps on it, so to squeeze that, pull the hose off. And then the next one right here, you squeeze the tabs in on the yellow and pull the plastic fitting on the hose straight back, and that one will pop off. So I believe that's everything that we're going to have to do for the top. So now we're going to slide under the car and see what we're working with. So before we could disconnect anything, we're going to have to start removing some of these plastic covers. So there's just like these plastic screws in them. So I want to remove this one. It looks like there maybe be 3 or 4 in this. And I got to do this one here, and it looks about 3. So I'm going to pull these down real quick. Alright, so those plastic screws, Alright, so the plastic screws. So the plastic covers have 3 plastic screws in them each. So that bolt right there on the large line, there's the lower control arm, is the fuel filler, and then one right above it I believe is the overflow for like the top. And then back here towards the tow arm, which is right here, you have this purge vent, which isn't needed. Right there where that yellow connector is, the yellow dot on the hose, that's the feed. And I'm not sure where the return is, so I'm just going to disconnect all those things I just showed you. And then we'll come over here, and these are the fuel tank straps all the way across here. And we'll just start loosening up on this and see if we're connected anywhere else. Alright, so the tank's out. It gave me a little bit of trouble, but not too much. So right here by this vent, there's 2 hoses. One of them has like a metal ring on it. That's the one that you have to take off. The other one's just kind of pressed on there. And that's the only thing on this side that you have to disconnect. And then over here by the lower control arm, you have the big one, which is the fuel fill. And I guess this one's the vent. I'm not 100% sure what the small one is. But for me, this broke. So I had to end up cutting one of these to get the band to loosen up. That one came off. That came off when I was taking the fuel straps off. One bolt came off really easy. The other one snapped. So hopefully yours goes a little bit easier than mine. It's probably a good idea to replace these. But I'm going to remove the straps from the car now. I think those are 14s holding those on. And then we'll take a look at the space we're working with. So the back of the factory tow straps mounted here. And right behind the exhaust right here. So the front kind of hung in this little groove right here. I don't know if you can really see it. Move the light. Or actually, you can probably see it on this side. So it hung in this little bolt area here. So the straps that he gave me don't reach all the way back to the factory location, but they do reach to where the rear cushion, where your like ass would sit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill a hole through here and have a bolt come down through the top to mount this, and then just use the factory mounting here on both sides. So there's like this little circle right there, factory. I'm gonna use that to line up where I want to drill on both sides. So I'm gonna probably use a 12mm Allen key. Gonna put a rubber washer in between the body of the car and the strap. Fender washer down here, just so I'll get like a bigger like surface grabbing area. So I'm gonna mark these, punch them, and drill them real quick. Alright, so I guess I kind of jumped ahead a little bit, and it's loosely mounted in here. But yeah, everything looks like it's going to line up pretty well. This is going to be the fill here. I have the piece that they sell to make it a 90. I can do like a, I believe this is a 6AN, like 45 to a barb, and this hose onto this for the vent to this. This one will be the return, and then the 2 feeds, I'm probably just going to cap one and just use one. But back here, so I was talking about using a fender washer on here to give it more surface area. Once that tightens up, hopefully this tank will stop sliding around. But I want to grab some more foam and redo all the foam. This tank's probably going to come out like 5 or 6 times. But I have plenty of room all the way around the tank, because right here is where the fuel pump used to be. So I have pretty good size. And then that's going to be hard to see from down here, but the level sensor lines up with the OEM level sensor hole right there. So that's pretty awesome. Less wiring. So that's pretty much where I'm going to stop at for tonight. I want to do a surge tank, but I haven't purchased it yet because I was looking at one surge tank and it mounts underneath the car. So I would like to keep all the fuel outside the car if possible. If worst comes to worst, I'll just buy one of those like 2.5 liter. They're like little square boxes and mount that back here in the trunk somewhere. But I want to get the dimensions of the one that mounts underneath the car that I was looking at, and hopefully that'll work out and I can just use that. I do have some things. I have one Bosch 00044 fuel pump right here. Part number. I do have some AN line. I still haven't decided if I want to just put those kind of Earl's compression fittings to convert the lines to AN lines, or just pull the whole line out and just run a new feed and new return, because the vent line's not going to be needed anymore. But I guess I have a few decisions that I have to make. What exactly I'm going to do with the system. Then that way I can start ordering all my fittings and lines. Because I'm probably going to need about 10 feet of line, maybe 15 for a feed. And I have fuel filters already somewhere in one of these boxes. I have the K-Tune ones. I have a pre-filter and a replacement engine filter. So the bay will get cleaned up a little bit, getting rid of the factory fuel filter. But I don't know. I guess I'll start editing this video and see how long it is. And hopefully it's a video. If not, we'll start to do something else and wait for some of the parts to come in and add to this video. But hopefully this helps you if you ever have to drop your fuel tank. This one wasn't in too bad a shape, but the weight difference is crazy. This thing only has like less than 1/8 of a tank, and it's kind of heavy. That one, I mean, it's aluminum. It's nothing in there, but it pretty much weighs nothing. You can see the size comparison. But I guess if you have any questions about this, just comment down below and I'll get back to you like always. But until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.